my last competition at DMC, I had Vajra, Shifty, and DJ Spin, the freaking the judges.
Right.
That was crazy. I was like,
yeah, but but the thing is even those guys started out where you are now. So at the end of the day, man, we all start out at the same starting point, you know, and where we take what we learn and what we see other people do on the turntables depends on us. The main thing is just to not judge yourself, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing this because you want to have fun. You want to try to discover yourself through music. And that should be your main focus. Don't worry about Vajra or Shifty or Rob Swift or anybody else, man. Right now, it's just two DJs, Rob and Jimmy, just bugging out, jamming, trying to teach each other stuff. That's how you got to approach this. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. I can get shot at all day. You know, there's like nothing to it. But I'm here back to my love, my hobby, and
exactly, man. Nah, yo, no pressure, dude. We're just bugging out. Like, let's make this fun. Let's make this a fun experience, man. So one more time, man. We're gonna just go over backspinning. It's the most elementary form of beat juggling. You know what I mean? It's so important to be able to backspin on beat, because the more precision that you apply to backspinning, the more your beat juggles will make sense when you start to kind of get more intricate and break the record down and double up snares or double up kicks. You got to really pride yourself on backspinning as clean as possible. I'm not saying you can't make a mistake, but even when you make a mistake, correct yourself quickly and get back to sounding clean. So I'm going to give you a quick example, all right?
All right.
Here we go. Now I'm going to backspin and add a scratch, okay? Here we go. And that really right there is like the beginnings to beat juggling, because Clyde Stubblefield, the drummer, I just changed his drum pattern slightly when I add that little scratch in the beginning. And that's what I want to see you do. Start off backspinning first, and then when you get comfortable and you get into a zone, add that little scratch. Then add the scratch. Try it. Yo, Jimmy. All right, we got to work on your ability to perform the scratch as you backspin cleaner. All right.
I keep catching this right side. I'm thinking it's all right. We'll work on it.
This is what I want you to do. Grab the right side. Cue your hot point your hot cue, I should say, to the beginning of the kick. Give me a rub. All right, I want you to just try to replicate the scratch I'm doing, all right? Listen to me first. Try that. No, you got the second kick. Yeah, get that first one.
We're talking about that same one though, right?
Yep. I want you to do that. Jimmy. Really listen. Do your best to listen to what I'm doing right now, okay? You hear me do the scratch with the funky drummer, but I don't know if you're listening to the way I'm scratching it in. All right? I'm going to do it one more time. Check it out. Really listen, okay?
Oh, simple.
Right. All right, good. Now do the same thing on the other side. All right, Jimmy. When you juggle, Jim, you gotta be very, very meticulous. Very meticulous. So if I do this once, it's important for me to remember how my muscles felt. So when I go back to the left side to do it again, it comes out as close to the way I did it before as possible. I'm not saying you gotta be a robot and you got to do everything perfect, but pride yourself in staying in touch with what your muscles are doing and at the same time listening. This way, when you go to juggle or backspin even, you do the more simple stuff, shit isn't like coming off random. You know what I mean? You got to understand that you're manipulating this music, so you have to approach it very meticulous. So earlier I did the scratch and then you got on, but you were doing like more random rubs. And it's like you really weren't listening to what I was doing, and that's really key when you're backspinning and juggling, is listening to what's coming out of the speakers and trying to connect what you hear with your ear with what you feel as you're doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna do that drill one more time. I'm gonna backspin. I'm going to add the scratch, and you're going to see that it's like I'm sequencing everything. It's almost like you're listening to a SP1200 or an MPC playing out. And yeah, I might make a mistake here and there because I'm human, but for the most part, I'm trying to kind of keep a same groove so that my listener doesn't get confused. And I could kind of establish like a steady vibe. going with my backspins. Here's a quick example. So you see how I eased in? Like I gave you 3 sequences. I played the funky drummer section that I'm manipulating up until James Brown says right? Then I shortened it and I started backspinning, and then the 3rd sequence I added the little rub scratch with the kick. So give me that. Try to sequence your backspinning.
Alright, so it is the boom boom ba, boom boom ba. Boom, boom, ba, booga, boom,
Right.
boom, ba, booga, boom,
Exactly.
boom, ba.
Exactly. Just the way you said it. Much better. Yo, that was much better.
You said something and I stopped.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you. That was much better, Jim.
Okay.
Try it again. Nice, Jim. That's what I'm talking about, yo.
I thought I've always had that, but at the same time, again, back to that practicing, man. But
Practice
help.
makes perfect, yo.
Yeah, man, I need help. I know I need. Thank you.